I watched a billionaire family try to steal his mansion. They had no idea I was recording. I'm just a gardener clipping hedges and watering roses at this jaw-dropping mansion in Beverly Hills. Been working for this tech mogul, Douglas, for a couple years now. The guy's loaded, private jets, Rolex on his wrist, the whole 9 yards. But let me tell you, even billionaires got family drama that'll make your head spin. NGL, I've seen some wild stuff trimming their palms, but what went down 3 days ago? That was next level. I'm out back, shaping the topiary near the infinity pool, when I hear Kimberly, the mother-in-law from hell, cackling with Holly's brother, Brian. They're sipping Dom Pérignon on the patio, Gucci bags stacked like they're moving in for good. He's too soft to stop us, Kimberly sneers, loud enough for the neighbors to hear. Just watch him fold. Brian laughs, kicking back in Versace shirt. Dude's a pushover. This mansion's ours. Holly, Douglas's wife, is there too, in a Chanel sundress, giving this icy smile that don't reach her eyes. I keep my head down, but my gut's screaming. Trouble's brewing. See, the rich folks' family had been creeping in for weeks. First Kimberly with her Louis Vuitton trunks, then Brian with some BS story about his condo flooding. Tara, Holly's sister, showed up with her kid and a stack of divorce papers. Even their shady Uncle Gregory rolled in, flashing a Patek Philippe like he owned the place. They're rearranging furniture, swapping Douglas's art for their gaudy crap, acting like the house is theirs. I'm just the gardener, but I notice stuff, former Marine, you pick up on vibes. Douglas, he's been quiet, but I saw the way his jaw clenched when they moved his stuff. That day, I'm hauling mulch when I see Douglas storm out. He's in his Tom Ford suit, face like stone, jumping into his Tesla. The family's laughing by the pool, popping champagne like they won the lottery. Told you he'd run. Brian hollers. Kimberly smirks, weak. I'm thinking, y'all don't know this guy. Douglas ain't the type to just dip. Something's up. They had no clue what was coming. This wasn't no ordinary rich guy tantrum. It was the start of a plan that had flipped their world upside down. Read it. You won't believe what happened next. Where you listening from? Ever seen a family pull this kind of stunt? Share your stories. Have you witnessed anything like this IRL? Been tending the gardens at this Beverly Hills mansion for 2 years, keeping the roses pristine and the palms perfect for Douglas, a tech mogul who built his empire from scratch. Dude's got all, $15 million estate, private jet, decked out in Brioni suits. His wife, Holly, used to be an Instagram model, always posing in Gucci dresses for her followers. Things were chill until 6 months ago when Holly lost her big brand deal. That's when the billionaire family's drama kicked into high gear, and I had a front row seat, clipping hedges. First, Holly's mom, Kimberly, rolled up with Louis Vuitton trunks for a weekend visit. She started rearranging Douglas's baccarat vases, acting like she owned the place. Then Brian, Holly's brother, showed up with some sob story about a flooded condo, crashing in the guest house with his Versace sneakers strewn everywhere. Tara, Holly's freshly divorced sister, arrived next, kid in tow, papers spilling over Douglas's oak desk. Even their Uncle Gregory strutted in, flashing a Rolex and talking about family unity. I'm out there watering the lawn, but I'm a former Marine. I notice SH*T, whispers by the pool, sneaky glances, and plans about securing the mansion. It was like watching a heist movie unfold. Douglas, he's no fool. Guy's quiet but sharp. I caught him staring at his family photos, ones Kimberly swapped for her own tacky art. One day, he pulls me aside while I'm mulching. They're boxing me out, he says, eyes hard. I just nod, but I see the Ring cameras he's got tucked in the garden. The family's acting like this is their palace now, sipping Chateau Margaux and planning pool parties. Holly's giving Douglas these cold looks, like she's done with him. I overheard Brian tell Tara, this place is a gold mine. We just gotta push him. Push him? NGL, I knew Douglas wasn't gonna roll over. Reddit, it was wild seeing this unfold. They thought they had him cornered, but something was brewing. What's the shadiest family move you've seen? I'm out by the koi pond cleaning the filter when I catch Kimberly and Gregory, Holly's shady uncle, sneaking into Douglas's office. They're rifling through his files like they're on a damn treasure hunt. No mortgage, clean title, Kimberly hisses, clutching a stack of papers. This mansion's worth $15 mil easy. Gregory, in his gaudy Rolex, nods. We'll have it in 6 months, tops. I'm just pruning the hibiscus, but my marine instincts kick in. Something's rotten in this Beverly Hills paradise. Later, I'm sweeping the patio when Brian brags to Tara by the pool. We pulled this before, remember that Malibu villa? Dude signed it over just to get rid of us. Tara laughs, sipping a rose in her Louboutins. Douglas is softer than that guy. I keep my head down, but I'm clocking everything. Then a moving truck rolls up, unloading Versace furniture, like the billionaire family's claiming the place for good. Holly's directing it all in a Dior dress, smirking like she's queen of the castle. I see Douglas watching from a balcony, fists clenched, looking like a man about to snap. That night, I'm checking the sprinklers when Douglas pulls me aside. "You're a Marine, right? You notice things," he says, voice low. "Check the ring cameras in the garden for me." I nod, no questions. Back home, I pull up the footage. Holy sh*T jackpot. There's Holly in the study with Jeffrey, their slimy lawyer, plotting. "We push him to add me to the deed," she says, twirling a Chanel bracelet. "He's too nice to say no." Jeffrey chuckles. "Once it's joint, we're golden." Another clip shows Amber, their cousin, laughing with Brian. He's softer than their silk sheets. "We've done this before, Palm Springs, remember?" My jaw drops. This ain't just family drama, it's a damn con. Next morning, I slip Douglas a flash drive with the footage while he's grabbing his Tesla keys. His eyes go dark, but he just says, "Keep this quiet." I'm thinking NGL, this guy's about to unleash hell. The family's strutting around, sipping Dom Pérignon, thinking they've won. FR, they got no clue he's onto them. Reddit, this was the moment it all flipped. Ever catch someone scheming like this? What would you do with that footage? Douglas vanishes for 3 days, leaving me a cryptic note by the garden shed, "Keep the roses alive. I'll be back." I'm out there trimming the hedges, but the vibe in this Beverly Hills mansion is straight up smug. The billionaire family thinks they've won. Kimberly's strutting around in an Hermes scarf, barking orders like she's the queen of this $15 mill estate. Brian's lounging by the pool in Versace shades, bragging to Tara, "Told you he'd bolt. This place is ours." Holly, in her Gucci slippers, is on the phone with Jeffrey, their sleazy lawyer, cackling about finalizing the deed. Tara's kid is running around, knocking over my planters while Amber's sipping Chateau Margaux, smirking. He's too weak to fight us. I'm just watering the palms, but as a former Marine, I know this calm is the eye of the storm. I catch Brian sneaking Douglas's MacBook and a server into his Range Rover at 2 a.m., caught it on the ring cameras. Tara's in the gazebo, crying to Amber about Kimberly's pressure. She says we gotta lock this down before he comes back. Gregory's pacing the driveway, muttering about legal loopholes on his phone. I'm thinking FR, y'all are in deep SHD. Douglas texts me. Pull every camera feed. Don't miss a thing. I spend hours downloading clips, Kimberly and Gregory scheming in the office, Holly telling Jeffrey he'll sign it over to keep me happy, and Brian boasting about their old scam in Palm Springs. It's a gold mine of evidence. I slip the flash drive into a hidden compartment in the garden shed, per Douglas's orders. Next day, I'm mulching when Douglas pulls up in his Tesla, eyes like steel. He's been holed up in a hotel, meeting with lawyers. "You got the footage?" he asks. I hand it over, no words needed. He nods, face hard. They think I'm running. They're about to learn. I overhear Kimberly on the patio, laughing to Amber. He's probably crying in some penthouse. We're set. NGL, I almost laughed. Douglas was playing chess while they were playing checkers. He tells me he's got 3 attorneys on speed dial, pulling records of the family's past cons. I spot a neighbor's security feed showing Brian loading more of Douglas's tech into his car. I send it to Douglas, who's already filing police reports. The family's clueless, planning a yacht party to celebrate their takeover. Holly's trying to crack Douglas's safe, cursing when it won't budge. Gregory's drafting papers to secure the mansion. I'm just the guy with the clippers, but I know a counterstrike's coming. Douglas whispers to me, "They'll regret underestimating me." My phone's buzzing with his updates, lawyers, cops, the works. Reddit, this was when sh*T got real. They thought they had him beat, but Douglas was 10 steps ahead. Ever seen someone plan a takedown like this? What would you do with that kind of evidence? I'm raking leaves by the mansion's fountain when Holly puts on a full-blown Oscar-worthy show. She's sobbing by the pool, Chanel sunglasses hiding her eyes, screaming into her phone, "Douglas abandoned me." How could he do this to his family? The billionaire cruise in high gear, thinking they've got this $15 mill Beverly Hills estate locked down. Kimberly's pacing the patio in a Prada robe, calling me over. "You're tight with Douglas, right? Tell us where he's at." I just shrug, keeping my Marine cool, but I'm clocking everything. They're desperate to keep him out. Inside Jeffrey, their shady lawyer, rolls up with a briefcase full of legal papers to put the mansion in Holly's name. I overhear him telling Kimberly, if he signs, we're golden. If not, we'll bury him in court. Brian's in the garage, smirking in his Balenciaga hoodie, bragging to Amber, we pulled this in Santa Barbara, same playbook, different sucker. Tara's at the dining table, kidnapping nearby, muttering to herself about not wanting to do this again. I'm sweeping the driveway, but I see Holly trying to crack Douglas's safe, cursing when the code fails. She's in a Gucci dress, hair perfect, but her hands are shaking, nervous as hell. Later, I'm checking the roses when my phone buzzes. It's Douglas, still laying low. Got more footage, he asks. I pull the Ring camera feeds, Kimberly threatening to sue Douglas for abandonment, Jeffrey drafting fake contracts, and Amber laughing. He's too spineless to fight back. There's even a clip of Brian sneaking Douglas's Rolex into his bag, dumb move, caught in 4K. I send it all to Douglas, who's holed up in a hotel, building his case. He texts back, they're done. I'm thinking NGL, these folks are screwed. The family's still playing dirty. Holly leaves voicemails for Douglas, fake crying, baby come home, we can fix this. Kimberly tries bribing the neighbors to spot Douglas. I catch Gregory on the phone, scheming about freezing Douglas's accounts. They're so cocky, sipping Dom Pérignon, thinking they've won. They got no idea Douglas is about to drop a bomb. I slip him another flash drive while pruning the palms. His jaw's tight, but his eyes say it all, game over. Reddit, this was peak manipulation, straight-up psychological warfare. They thought they could bully him into submission, but Douglas was ready. Ever seen a family try to pull this kind of stunt? What would you do if you caught this on camera? I'm clipping the hedges at dawn when 5 black SUVs roll up to the Beverly Hills mansion like it's a damn raid. Process servers jump out, clutching stacks of legal papers, and I know T is about to hit the fan. Kimberly answers the door in her Hermes robe, coffee mug in hand, and her face goes ghost white when the first server asks, "Are you Kimberly?" By the time the 5th one hands her an envelope, she's screaming for Jeffrey, their shady lawyer. I'm just sweeping the patio, but my marine instincts are buzzing. This is the Billionaire Family's D-Day. The papers? Pure chaos. Eviction notices for the whole crew, a restraining order for Brian after he swiped Douglas's Rolex, lawsuits for harassment, and divorce papers for Holly. I catch it all on the Ring cameras. Kimberly rips up her notice like that'll make it disappear, dumb move. Brian's throwing a tantrum, chucking Versace pillows across the lawn. Tara's crying in the gazebo, kid clinging to her, while Amber's on her phone, begging someone for help. Gregory's pacing, muttering about appeals, but Jeffrey's nowhere to be found. Holly just stands there in her Chanel dress, staring at the papers like they are in another language. Douglas pulls up in his Tesla, cool as ice in a Brioni suit. He steps out, looks at Kimberly, and says, "Check your email. You're done." I'm pruning roses nearby, and I see her check her phone. Her hands shake as she reads. Douglas had sent clips from the cameras. Their scheming, Brian's theft, Holly's plot to steal the $15 mill mansion. They thought he was weak, but he'd been building an airtight case. I overhear Brian yell, "This is BS. We'll fight this," but Douglas just smirks. "Try it," he says, walking away. By noon, moving trucks show up. The family scrambling, tossing Gucci bags and Baccarat vases into boxes. Kimberly's barking orders, but her voice cracks. Douglas nods at me from the driveway. "Thanks for the eyes," he says. I just nod back, Marine code, no need for words. They thought they'd won, but now they're running. It was like watching a house of cards collapse. Reddit, this was straight-up justice porn. They thought they could bully a tech mogul, but Douglas flipped the script. NGL, I'm still shook. Ever seen a takedown this epic? How would you have played this? I'm out fertilizing the rose beds a couple days after the process servers turned the Beverly Hills mansion into a circus when my phone buzzes with texts from the neighbors. Feds are swarming Kimberly's rental property down the street. FBI, not messing around. I'm just the guy keeping the palms green, but my marine senses are tingling. This billionaire family's house of cards is crumbling, and I'm catching every second of it on the Ring cameras Douglas had me check. Turns out, those clips I sent Douglas, Kimberly scheming, Brian stealing his Rolex, Holly plotting to snatch the $15 mill estate, were the final nails in their coffin. Douglas handed them straight to the feds. I'm watering the lawn when I overhear a neighbor say agents raided Gregory's condo, too, hauling out boxes of documents. The cameras caught Brian trying to sneak more of Douglas's tech into his Range Rover at 3 a.m., Dumbass move, all in 4K. Amber cracks first, spilling to the feds about their scams to avoid jail time. She dishes on how they pulled this sh*T before, conning a tech bro out of his Malibu pad 2 years back. Same playbook, move in, pressure, take over. I'm trimming the hedges when Holly tries her last play, leaving Douglas a voicemail, fake tears dripping through her Chanel sunglasses. "Baby, I'm sorry, let's talk," she sobs. I'm nearby when Douglas plays it for his lawyer, laughing. "Too late," he says, forwarding it to the feds. Turns out their lawyer Jeffrey's been forging signatures, caught on my footage, too. I hear from a buddy who works security that the feds uncovered 5 other scams this family ran, bleeding millionaires dry across Cali. They thought Douglas was just another mark, but he was 10 steps ahead. By evening, I'm cleaning the pool when Kimberly calls me, voice shaky. "You saw him last. Where's Douglas hiding?" I just say, check the news. NGL, I'm loving this. The family's packing their Gucci bags, faces pale, while Douglas is back in his mansion, sipping espresso in a Tom Ford suit. FR, it's like watching a movie where the villain gets wrecked. But then I hear something that makes my jaw drop, something even I didn't see coming. Reddit, this was wilder than any soap opera. They thought they could outsmart a tech mogul, but the feds were closing in. Ever seen a family get busted like this? Would you have snitched to the feds or stayed quiet? It's been a month since the feds turned the billionaire family's world upside down, and I'm back tending the roses at Douglas's Beverly Hills mansion. The place is quiet now, just the hum of sprinklers and the glow of a $15 mill estate finally at peace. The news hits like a bomb. Kimberly and Gregory are locked up, facing charges for a $20 mill fraud spree. Their offshore accounts frozen. Their 6 properties from Malibu to Montecito seized. I'm sweeping the patio when I see the headlines, Kimberly's mugshot in an orange jumpsuit, no more Hermes scarves. FR, it's poetic. Brian's done, too. Caught with Douglas's stolen Rolex and tech in a storage unit under his own damn name. Amateur. Jeffrey, their slimy lawyer, got disbarred after the feds found his forged documents on Brian's laptop. Amber flipped on everyone, trading dirt for a lighter sentence, but she's persona non grata now, no more sipping rose by the pool. Tara's ex got full custody of their kid. Karma's a beast. The real kicker? Holly. I'm pruning palms when Douglas shows me her letter from jail. "You were just a mark," she wrote, admitting she never loved him, just wanted the mansion. Cold as ice in her Chanel days. Douglas just laughs, forwards it to the feds, evidence number 248. I helped Douglas install new cameras and locks, state-of-the-art, marine-approved. The mansion's his again, family photos back on the walls, no more Versace clutter. He's renovating, power washing their stain out. The prenup he signed held up like a fortress. Holly's getting nothing but legal bills. I catch him sipping espresso in a Tom Ford suit, looking lighter than ever. "Thanks for the backup," he tells me, nodding at the garden. I nod back, no words needed. The news calls it Cali's biggest family fraud bust, with 12 victims across 8 years. Douglas's evidence was the key. Those ring clips I pulled sealed their fate. I'm out by the koi pond, thinking NGL, they thought he was weak, but who's running now? Reddit, this was a wild ride, justice served on a silver platter. Ever seen a con family get wrecked like this? What's the pettiest revenge you've witnessed IRL?